The combine is right around the corner. We've already gone over the quarterback names you need to know. Here are the best of the rest. Hello from the Broncos Media Center. I'm Phil Milani, alongside Matt Boyer, Steve Atwater. Andrew Mason will be along shortly. Guys, if the Broncos don't go with a quarterback at that number 10 position, who are some other guys that we need to know heading into the combine the Broncos could take a look at?
I think you start by looking at Greedy Williams, the very athletic cornerback out of LSU, 6'3", 184, super rangy, a ball-hawking cornerback. And Steve, one of the things that we talked a lot about on the film review this past year, he's disruptive at the line of scrimmage. He does a great job of getting guys off their routes, really using his hands nicely. He's very, very talented.
Yeah, and to have a guy that's that lanky, who has the speed, he has the hands, he's just a great cover guy, and he does a good job of playing zone coverage as well. I think can be a huge asset. And in my opinion, you can never have too many good cornerbacks on your team because, receivers come in all shapes and sizes. Some guys are small and fast. Some guys are tall and strong and not as fast. So the diversity in the cornerback room has to be there for you to have a successful season.
6'1", he could pair nicely with Chris Harris Jr., Isaac Yiadom. See what the Broncos do with Bradley Roby. But Greedy Williams, definitely an option there for the number 10 pick. What if they wanted to go middle linebacker?
Now you're looking at guys like Devin Bush from Michigan, Devin White from LSU, yes. Super talented. White, sideline to sideline speed. Had some off the field stuff, Steve, in high school. He's going to have to probably answer for that in some of those interviews at the combine, but man, gets off the blocks well. I mean, really gets into the backfield too on some of these blitzes. He's very, very fast. And you look at what Vic Fangio was able to do with Roquan Smith and Danny Trevathan. They could use a guy like this.
Yeah, man, he's a heck of a football player, sideline to sidelines. Imagine he and Greedy Williams on the same defense. They're nightmares for offenses. So yeah, he's a great middle linebacker. I think he's going to have a great career at the next level. Yeah, we saw some stuff that was reported. He got into some trouble when he was in high school. Fortunately, he didn't have any issues once he got to college there at LSU. Hopefully, that's behind him, and he won't have any more issues. But, yeah, people are going to ask questions about it.
Could be the quarterback of this Broncos defense, and we, like you mentioned, Matt, know that that's a valuable position under Vic Fangio. We'll see if maybe the Broncos go that direction. What about an offensive lineman? Could they use somebody like that to just really beef up that line, help with Mike Munchak coming in here?
They could, although number 10 on an offensive lineman after just drafting Garrett Bowles a couple years ago, it's going to be tough to do that, but Jawan Taylor, Jonah Williams, both super, super talented SEC guys. Jawan Taylor especially super athletic, could be a nice guy, especially with some questions at what the Broncos are going to do at right tackle with Jared Valdir being a free agent. I think those are two great guys, Steve, but at 10, I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't see that happening. I think we have a little bit more pressing needs on the defensive side of the ball. If we decide not to go quarterback with that first-round pick at the 10 spot, I would like to see either a cornerback or a middle linebacker.
Let's see who our draft expert, Andrew Mason, thinks the non-quarterback. Give us a couple of names there that the Broncos could look at the number 10 pick.
Could be on defense, and to a guy like Devin White out of LSU. Outstanding all-around linebacker, can stuff the run, can handle coverage responsibilities, goes sideline to sideline. And the thing with Devin White is that he fits the template of the kind of linebacker who has succeeded in Vic Fangio's systems over the years. And in fact, he's had Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman in San Francisco, Roquan Smith this past year out of Georgia with the Bears. Devin White could be the next link in that chain of Fangio linebackers. Now, the Broncos could go offense and not go for quarterback. Tight end is a position they could look at, and TJ Hawkinson could be at the top of their list. Now, you got two tight ends from Iowa that are first-round caliber, Hawkinson and Noah Fant. Fant, he's more of a guy you work with in space. TJ Hawkinson can handle work in space, but he can also be an inline blocker. John Elway over the years has said that he likes his tight ends to be able to handle both responsibilities. Very good season for Iowa last year. 6 touchdowns, won the John Mackey Award for being the best tight end in college football. He could be the first tight end off the board and could be someone the Broncos consider at number 10. Gentlemen?
Thank you very much, Mesa. Interesting there, the Broncos maybe looking at tight end. Not sure what's, the injury problems with Jake Budd, Jeff Hireman last season, plus Iowa tight ends. Broncos defense is pretty familiar with what George Kittle can do, huh?
Yeah, it's a little too high for me, especially with Troy Fumagalli still on the roster. We haven't seen what he can do yet.
Yeah, and I definitely don't want to use that number 10 position for a tight end. And I don't care what mock draft you have. I don't care how you write it up. That's not a position I want to draft at the 10 position at this point. Now, we may get at a point where we have some of these core positions squared away in the future where I'll say, hey, let's go for a tight end here at this number 10 position.
So you're disagreeing with Mace?
It happens from time.
Yeah.
It happens from time, quite frequently, actually.
Well, he also mentioned Devin White, who we talked about, so that could be a good name for the Broncos at number 10. The Combine, right around the corner, we'll have wall-to-wall coverage. And as always, Mace and Steve Atwater, Ryan Edwards, they'll have all the coverage on Orange and Blue 760 from 10 to 1 Mountain Time. Also, catch Orange and Blue Daily on Channel 20 every day from the Combine. All right, that's going to do it for us. For Steve Atwater, Matt Boyer, Andrew Mason, I'm Phil Milani.